War Memorials in Last Post Ceremony. My name is Karis May, and joining us today from the Royal Australian Air Force is Group Captain Guy Adams. We welcome the veterans who have served, those that are still serving, and the families that support them. We acknowledge the members of RSL and Services Clubs Association, RSL Victoria and RSL Queensland who are watching the broadcast of this ceremony from around Australia. This evening, wreaths will be laid by visitors and members of the 28 Army Cadet Unit from Taree in New South Wales. To commence this evening's ceremony, I invite you all to stand and join in singing the National Anthem. The Australian War Memorial was the vision of Charles Bean, Australia's First World War official historian. Bean landed with the Australian troops on Gallipoli and stayed with them at the front through to the end of the war. The idea of this national memorial and museum came to him at Pozières, France, in the depths of the bloody fighting of 1916. Bean's idea was that this would be a place where families, friends, and all Australians could mourn their loved ones buried in faraway places. It would also be a place that could help all Australians understand what these men and women had endured and what they had done for us. Bean's vision, to which we remain true, is best expressed as inscribed at the entrance to the memorial's galleries. Here is their spirit, in the heart of the land they loved, and here we guard the record which they themselves made. Tonight, we read the story behind just one of those on the Roll of Honour, which lists the more than 102,000 men and women who have given their lives for us in war and other operations for over more than a century. But first, we present a lament, Flowers of the Forest. Wreaths and floral tributes will now be laid at the base of the Pool of Reflection.
Today we remember and pay tribute to Private Matthew Gar. Born Martin Mateo Gar on the 2nd of July 1889 on Thursday Island to Carlos Gar, a Filipino immigrant, and Mary Ann Banyan, a Welsh immigrant, Matthew Gar was the third of 14 children. He grew up at the Bathurst Mission on Thursday Island. At the outbreak of the First World War, he was married with a daughter, and he and his brothers were all employed as labourers on Thursday Island. Gar enlisted in Darwin along with one of his younger brothers, Palencio, on the 6th of October 1915. Both were assigned to the 4th Darwin contingent. Another brother, William, had already left Australia with reinforcements for the 9th Battalion, and a 4th, Glamour, joined the 26th Battalion in November. A farewell event was held at the Darwin Town Hall for the men of the 4th Darwin contingent, including the Gar brothers and 2 other Filipino Australians. The contingent then sailed to Brisbane, where the men were transferred to the Enoggera barracks. After his initial training, Gar was posted to the newly raised 41st Battalion. His brother, however, could not adapt to the rigours of training and was discharged in May 1916 as unsuitable for service. He did not return to Darwin and died a year later in Queensland, aged 25. In May 1916, Gar embarked with the 41st Battalion aboard the transport ship Demosthenes, bound for England. During the voyage, he was charged and fined for breaking out of his quarters whilst on active service. In England, Gar was taken on strength with the 12th Training Battalion and underwent further training for operations on the Western Front. At the end of September, he was sent to France and transferred to the 47th Battalion, joining it in the field in October. In November, Gar was hospitalised with a fever. Around this time, Gar's brother William, now serving with the 4th Pioneer Battalion, was killed by a shell while working on repairing tram lines at Ducaville, France. Gar again fell ill and was transferred to England for recovery. It wasn't until May 1917 that he rejoined his battalion. He took part in his first battle at Messines in June, in the Battle of Menin Road and Polygon Wood in September. At the end of the month, the 47th Battalion was in the front line in support trenches at West Oak Ridge. Men of the battalion were engaged in working parties, burying cables and digging in water pipes in preparation for the next phase of the offensive. On the 29th of September, Gar was killed by shell fire. He was buried near the blockhouse known as Anzac House at Zonnebaker. He was 28 years old. His grave could not be located after the war, and his name was added to the Menin Gate Memorial to the missing in Ypres. Of the 3 brothers sent on overseas service, only Glamour Gar returned to Darwin after the war. He had received the military medal for his bravery as a runner during an attack south of Villers-Bretonneux in July 1918. Matthew Gar's name is listed on the Roll of Honour on my right, along with around 60,000 others from the First World War. His photograph is displayed today beside the pool of reflection. This is but one of the many stories of service and sacrifice told here at the Australian War Memorial. We now remember Private Matthew Gar, who gave his life for us, for our freedom, and in the hope of a better world. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
lest we forget.